Hey everyone, have you ever wondered what the best way to weave in all the ends of your project are? If you're wanting to learn, today that is what we're going to go over. So welcome back to the channel. I am Chelsea. I am the owner and operator of God's Gift of Creativity, and I crochet all the time. That's what I do. So I'm going to be going ahead and teaching you guys today how to weave in the ends of your projects so that way they are hidden away and they don't come out. Now, I want to preface this by saying that how you weave in ends is very much going to depend on you as a crocheter. It's also going to depend on your yarn and the project itself. So some projects are super easy. Some projects you have to be a little more, you have to have a little more finesse with it, but that's okay. I'm going to teach you the very basics, and then I'll kind of give you some tips and tricks for how to best weave in the ends and how to secure them so that way they don't pop out as much as possible. Now, all you're going to need today is a yarn needle and your crochet project. So today I'm market prepping quite a bit, and so I have these Skinny Biko headbands that are by the Turtle Trunk. If you have not followed her or you have not read her blog, she has amazing free crochet patterns that are so great and easy for beginners. So if you are looking for some great patterns, she's a great resource. So I'm going to show you with this headband because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 ends to weave in, and I'm going to go ahead and show you because it's got a very simple way to weave in the ends that they'll be hidden. Alrighty guys, so to get started, make sure that you have a nice yarn needle. So this one I'm going to go ahead and link below in the caption just so you guys know. This one is a metal one. You can use metal, or I know that they have plastic ones. I'm always nervous that the plastic ones are going to break, but those ones will work just as well. And then you need a nice pair of scissors. So what we're going to do is you will start by going to the wrong side of your project. Now, I like to weave in the ends this way because then even if just a little bit pops through, you aren't going to see it because it's on the wrong side of your work. Now, I know this does not work for every project, like blankets. Obviously, you're going to have it more reversible, but the idea is that you want to get it on the wrong side so it's less visible even if it does pop out by chance. Now we're going to go ahead and thread the yarn, the end of that you're trying to hide. You're going to thread that onto your needle. And what I do is I start by just going into the stitches that are closest to it. Now since this is closest to the tie as well as the headband, I'm going to go ahead and just do the headband because it gives me a little more room to work, but you can do either way. So I'm just going to go in the middle of these stitches. Now if you want to see, you can see right there, it's in the middle, but you can see that you can't really see it from the back. You might be able to see the yarn needle a little bit, but it'll be easier because this color is the same. So I'm going to go ahead and pull through several stitches. You could do more, you could do less technically. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back the same way. So I go back over and I actually go over the top of this leg, which is why I do it on the wrong side. So you won't even notice. But I've found that this way it doesn't actually like come undone. If you go into like an S, I've found that it'll pop out, go all the way, and just continue to pop out. And I've had less of a problem when I go back over the top of the end itself. So you could stop technically here by just pulling through 2, because this is for a market and I personally like to really make sure everything is secure. I actually will go a 3rd time back over just to make sure it is super secure and won't pop out. So once you pull it all the way back through, you're going to pull it tight, and then I pull it tight and then I snip the end right there. Save that for later. And then I go ahead and stretch it out just enough so you can see that that end is now hidden. And even if it does, like you can see the end a little bit right there, so I can keep stretching a little bit just to hide it, but it's actually really well hidden and it's on the wrong side. So now when you turn it over, unless you are looking for it, which you can see maybe a little bit right there, you really can't tell that there was ever an end right there. So that way it is super secure and it is really easy to do. Now, the ends here where the ties are, this is a side where this is a little more tricky of a way to weave in the ends. Now, what you can do is you're still going to go ahead and put it onto your needle. And you're still going to go into the stitches, but instead of going back over the top of itself this time, I'm actually going to go down a row every time. And to go down a row, I'm actually going to kind of go through the chain a little bit. Continue to go down, and I will just continue to go through the stitches. You want it to be in the middle. You're always going so that way your ends are as least notable, as little noticeable as possible. So, and because, like I said, I like to do 3 different rows, less likely to be seen that way. Oop. If it comes off, just pop it right back on your needle. Not a big deal. And then I'm going to go ahead and go one more row. Once again, going through those stitches. Now, because this is a tie, and if I ended by pulling it out right here at the very end, if you saw it, it would be very noticeable. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do in the middle of a stitch right here. So you can see I'm between the 2 legs of the stitch. I'm going to pull it through. And just like I did before, I'm going to pull it a little tighter. And then I snip as close as I can without endangering the stitches, and then I'm going to pull it tight again. Now, this is a tie end, so this headband actually will come around and tie together. So what I will want to do is just make sure that I have plenty of stretch, but really the stretch is going to be more this way than this way. So I should be good that way. Now, as I said before, this method will depend slightly on your project. It may depend on if it's a garment or if it's you're going to be using it in the kitchen or the bathroom or whatever. You would not need to necessarily be as secure for something, say like a basket, because it's not going to be stretching as much. But for something like this, like a garment, you're going to want to really secure that really well, just because you know that things are going to be stretching a little bit more. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Please let me know in the comments if you have, if this was helpful, or if you have other methods that you use to weave in your ends. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you back soon.